Sexton, Sexton Creations, and I haven't made a video in a while. Well, if you remember watching some of my old videos about a little over 9 months ago, about actually 10 months ago, I had a discussion with the company I'm working for. I was a designer, designing carpet and airbrushing and stuff, and where we was at, they wouldn't give me any kind of raises or give me bonus points or any kind of royalties off anything. So pretty much I was hitting them, either give me a raise or give me some royalties, or hey, just lay me off. So after about 2 months of going back and forth, I even laid out like 2 or 3 plans where I showed the proof of where I was worth the raise and worth getting the royalties and where they were benefiting from it. And after 2 months of that, and they're cheapos. I mean, these little mom and pop carpet places, it's all about them. They don't care about you as a worker. It's a plantation style. I mean, you're just a piece of machinery, and if you ain't working cheaply for nothing, they get rid of you. So they laid me off, and then I tell you, it is probably the greatest thing they ever did. I mean, relief, weight off my shoulders and stuff. So what I did there was I took advantage of that for 3 straight months. I did artwork like a crazy man. I did done art. I also I'm a big toy collector. I went in and got a lot of toys. Done some work for Battlegrounds here in Dalton, Georgia, where got a lot of their stuff and cleaned it for them, and they gave me store credit, so that way I got to get stuff and didn't have to pay for it. So, but at the end of that 3 months, well, of course I had to go back to work and stuff. So I got a job and stuff. But the last 2 jobs I have taken, they just take up a lot of my time. So I've not done much on videos and stuff, but I'm trying to get back on track on, just putting content out. I was still getting content out, but I just doing these videos, man, it takes up a lot of time because I'm the one recording them, doing them. I'm the one editing them, so I'm not getting no other outside assistance help with that. So I am putting out work. You might not see all of it, and actually the best place you can see a bunch of the new stuff I've done in the last 6 months or 9 months is I got a Zazzle account. You can go to Zazzle.com and type in Sexton_creations. Easily find me. You can see where a lot of stuff like this that I've done, brand new stuff that I've not really advertised, that's where it's at. You can get it as wall art, t-shirts, whatever you want to put it on. And that's my kind of like my new focus right now, is creating a store and let the store work for me. And that's one good thing I'm liking about Zazzle is it don't cost anything to set up. They're a little aggravating at first to try to understand their little format and things, but once you kind of get that, and the beauty of that is when someone buys anything, I don't have to touch it. So that's good. But the reason I really want to get back to that's this quick update doing this video is I've been so many things rambling through my head on what to say about art and where artists are right now and trying to make a full-time living out of it and stuff. Is so many different things on my mind. Is just trying to get back on track, getting a rhythm of doing things, and another thing is trying to get the message out to other people on, I think, still artists don't get treated properly. We don't get the respect that I think we should get. People think that this is easy, that you just whip a piece out and it don't take no effort. I've been painting with oil paints for 43 years. I'm here to tell you, I can punch them out pretty quick sometimes, but it's took 43 years, tens of thousands of hours of practice, screwing up, and I got so many paintings that no one will ever see. But I look at them to see how I grow, and the biggest thing that I've noticed that's working in artists' favor, YouTube, and I like YouTube. I don't mind Facebook, but I think they're good and bad. The good is, right now I'm doing a format right now to get you so you can get to know me personally. You know, because if you just hear about people, you kind of get some jaded views on art. We're weird, okay? Us artists, we're kind of weird people. I'm not gonna lie, I'm an oddball. So, but I'm me, and you know, and a lot of people don't like me for who I am, and hey, that's fine. If you don't like me, stay over there in left field. If you do like me, come hang out. But the problem with YouTube and Facebook, it's over polluted with crap, just silly junk, and it's hard for us. I use those tools as advertisement to grow a business, not to, hey, look at me, I did something stupid, give me a like. You know, I don't care about that. And that's the problem us artists are trying to work through, is all the congestion and stuff. And then some artists are on there and they're just, I don't know, it's almost like they're not even trying to do good art. They're just, I'm also a huge vintage Star Wars, vintage He-Man fan, and I've seen some Motu was the Masters of the Universe, some artwork from a couple people, and I'm just like amazed by a couple guys. And then there's a few other guys who are like, they're like in their 30s and 40s, and they're posting stuff that look like like a 6th grader or a 5th grader would pump out. I mean, I'm just like, God, and they're like 40 people are liking it. I'm like, and it's, I'm not trying to knock anybody. I'm not the greatest, probably never will be, but I put a lot of time and effort to make a piece that someone can enjoy, someone who want to buy. And these pieces, there was that effort was not made. I mean, it was just not there, and it's just like trying to weed through all that. And like I said, I've had a lot of stuff I've been wanting to talk about, but I've been trying to hold back too, because I get ready to turn the camera on and I'm pissed. You know, when I get mad, you're probably not going to like what I say. And so I've been trying to wait and do this video. I've held back for 2 months, and I probably set this camera up nearly a dozen times and turned it off, because I knew when I was getting ready to sit down in front of you all and talk to you all, that it was going to be more of a rant than, hey, get to know me, here's what I think, and stuff like that. So, and I don't want to, it's easy to rant, it really is. I mean, and I didn't want to get on that bandwagon of just, you know, hellfire and brimstone lashing out at people. But even though it might have been true, but don't mean it would have been nice. So, but my focus is on getting back and doing videos. Is I want you all to get to know the real Kevin Sexton, and why I created Sexton Creations, and why I do I will do this till the day I die. I don't care if I got the shakes. I don't care if I lose my eyesight. I will figure out some way how to paint, sculpt, do custom toys, and that's another thing I want to touch base on. I know a lot of people say you need to pick one medium and do that, and only your videos can do that. And I'm here to tell you people, I have tried to pick one medium, and because I'm a sculptor, I'm an oil painter, and with the sculpting I do toy design and I do custom toys, but I'm also write movies. You know, I had done the Paranormal Chaser series, you know, where I done comic books with that. That's where it all started, was writing a movie script, in which turned into a comic book series. I did 9 comic books on it, and then I turned it into 4 films, and then a small little run of like little YouTube shorts. And what I've learned about myself, to me, and in my head and in my creativity, all of those things are one thing. It keeps me, I got ADHD probably, and I was born dyslexic and had ADHD, and for me, when I have all those different mediums, when I get burned out on one, I got 4 others to choose. So this keeps me from having downtime. Because my biggest thing when I was in my 20s and early 30s, the worst thing you can do as an artist is quit. And I would like bust ass for like 3 months, pumping out the artwork. In between 3 and 6 months, I get sick of it. You know, if I didn't get a bunch of sales and then I just quit, then I quit for 6 months. So, and then time I started back up again, the problem you have is when you take 6 months off or whatever, you spend the next 3 to 6 months just getting back up to the level where you had when you quit the last time. And that's all I did for like almost 2 decades or a decade and a half, is, you know, half as good as I can do, and I just floated. And by the time I got good again, boom, I quit. And so what I've done in the last, especially 7 years, since about 2011, when I started doing the films and when I got my own art studio, I take a break, like for a few days, maybe a week, but I would never quit. If I wasn't painting or drawing or sculpting, I'd at least be studying drawing, painting, and sculpting. I consistently, on a regular, almost daily basis, definitely a weekly basis, I am studying some form of artwork. And they all complement each other. What I learn off this can apply back to my comic book art. And the comic book art helps me think about how to set up a movie scene and stuff like that. Because here's the funny thing. Editing film and designing a comic book are like 95% the same. One's all mostly by hand and the other one's all by computer. I mean, and nowadays you can almost do a comic book completely by computer. But the thought process and the way you set a scene and the way you light a scene, comic book style and setting up a movie and the pacing, it's all the same. So what Mark Hanna did all those years ago when he was pushing me to be a comic book artist, and he didn't even know this, he's supposed to be helping me become a movie director, which we talked about directing movies and stuff. But he really, hindsight was, the comic book part of that whole deal really helped me more on becoming a director than even some of the stuff that we talked about. So, and that's the journey I'm on, and I want people to understand that, because there's not a lot of artists out there, and I'm not saying this to brag, okay? If you think I'm an ass by saying this, I'm sorry, but I do what I do, okay? And there's not too many people out there that does comic book art, oil painting, which is like movie posters, and this covers in general for like novels, that sculpt statues, action figure prototypes, and write and direct and act in their own movies. And I'm a stunt fight choreographer, because where I done pro wrestling for 21 years. So call around, search on the internet. You're not going to find too many people that have all those different mediums to work with. And all those things that I've learned have helped me get into the film and do all the different things to, when one thing's not selling, something else is. So it keeps me getting commissions one way or another. So, but like I said, I'm not saying that to brag. Is this, you're not going to find that much different talent, and I try to do quality everything I do. Now, am I the best at everything? No, but I'm trying to keep that level. I'm conscious by it. You know, when I get done with a piece, I love it. Within 2 or 3 days, I hate it, and I try to outdo it the next piece. That's my attitude, and I'm on this journey of really trying to go to another level on all these things, and it's rough. It's not easy. Sometimes I get on the board here, and it just don't work out, and you just trash it, and you go on to the next piece. And I'm just here to invite you all to join me in this, and please shoot me questions. I mean, I'm an open book. So I'm here to, if you got any questions, I'm here to answer them, but I'm here to include you all in this journey, because I feel like I'm really heading somewhere. I don't know where that's going to end up, but I'm going somewhere. And like I said, whether it's doing some for some other comic book company or some movie studio or whatever, but something's going to break here very soon. And the only thing I know is to get there is I got to plug, sculpt, paint, and things like that. Just don't quit, because the answer to life, if you want to achieve anything, you just got to put in the hours, you got to put in the hard work, and you just got to grind, get in there and grind. I mean, and some days it's going to be easy, and some days it's not, and but you will get. That's the only way to get there. I mean, of course, there's always that chance of luck, something might happen, whatever. But I'm getting ready to be 47 years old, and I don't rely on luck. I don't believe luck. my journey in life has always been hardship and hard work. So that's the lot that I've been given. Kind of started in a low place when I was born, but I'm not ending up in a low place. So, fighting out of that, and like I said, I'm trying to do a lot of inspirational things too, mixing in this. I love inspiring young artists to, to go for it. And the big reason why, if you're an artist and you're like, well, there's so many thousands of artists out here, and I don't want to listen. It's not about them. If you have in you the desire to create something, that's why I call my company Sexton Creations. It's about creating. And if you have that desire, you create. It's not about money. It's not about anybody else. It's about you. And if you want to be the best you can be, if you feel the desire to create something, make it. That's the whole point. That's step one. Everything else will work itself out. If you have that desire, don't worry about Facebook people, YouTube people, critics, or whatever. If you have that inert desire to create all the time, no matter what genre, medium you're using, just create for yourself. Then that will slowly down the road start building your drive to be the person that you were meant to be. And that's why I'm a firm believer of that. And just do it. Just work on it. I mean, don't give up. Just remember, there's going to be some hardships. There's going to be some walls, and you got to figure out: do I want to go over that wall, under that wall, around it, or just get pissed off and go through it? And one way or another, I'm going to get it through and get on the other side. So, but I'm not going to quit. I'm not going to lay down. So that's what I wanted to say for right now, and just kind of keep it simple and kind of short. And like I say, if you had any questions, give them to me. And I got some updates coming, I believe, toward the end of October. I think the last Friday in October, or the last Saturday. I think it's the last Saturday in October. I'm going to be hosting an art show at Dave and Polly's in Art Emporium down here in Dalton, Georgia, downtown. And it's called Kevin Sexton Presents Things That Go Bumping Tonight. It's going to be me and about 3 to 5 other artists doing a horror type artwork. And like I said, I'm the host of the show, and my artwork's going to be there as well. So we're working on that right now. We're looking for artists for that. So like I said, I got some cool things coming up in the future, and I just want to invite you all to join me on this journey. So thank you once again. I'm Kevin Sexton.